I don't know. What time is it?
I have 1:28, sir.
1:28 p.m.
Travis, did you start my small recorder?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Rudy Castellano is excused. Mike Cousins.
Present.
Morris Madrid is excused. Mike Martinez.
Here.
Councillor Michael Montoya.
Not here yet.
He just, hold on one second. He just joined, I think.
Yeah, I just did ready.
Yes. Councillor Michael Montoya.
Present.
Mike Sweeney.
Here.
Travis Martinez.
Here.
Travis Hearn. He is excused as well. I would like to introduce Travis Martinez to everybody on the committee. He is the interim utilities director. Maria is out on leave, and he is going to be guiding us from here until we hear different.
Thank you. Thank you, Johnny. So I don't know you. I'm Mike Cousins. I'm the chairman. This is Mike Sweeney. This is Mike Martinez. And you're excused because you're not Mike. So
We like mics on this committee.
so welcome, Travis.
One of my favorite uncles is named Mike.
If
that helps.
That'll work. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. Approval of agenda. Do I have a motion?
I'll move that we approve the agenda as written here.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, we have a motion by Mike Sweeney, a second by Mike Martinez. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Approval of minutes. From March 12th, 2024.
I guess I can second that even though I was not present for that meeting.
Okay, we have a motion by Mike Martinez, a second by Mike Sweeney. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Public input.
I did not receive any public input for this meeting.
Okay, we'll move to business items. Committee recommendations for approval. Recommendation for approval of publication of ordinance number 20-01. Amending gas ordinance 06-08. Pretty much just
If I may say something, I did receive an email from Morris Madrid, and he said that he would not be able to attend the meeting this afternoon. He said there are a few items on the agenda that may have a fiscal impact on enterprise funds. Please relay this information to Chairman Cousins that some of these items should probably also go through Finance Committee before Council. I think what he was referring to were item numbers 1 through 4. And I'll let Travis go ahead and take over the explanation of those items.
So right now, honestly, Chairman, the committee would like to entertain a motion to approve items 1 through 4 together. And I did my research on this. I know Maria was working on it. I have read each ordinance and what she was trying to accomplish. And basically, items 1 through 4 is to keep the ordinances consistent as far as billing rates, billing dates, payment times, and shutoffs, because right now they're inconsistent. Some days are 10 days, other days are 15 days, and it kind of throws the billing out of whack. Also, on section 4, if you look at section 361-12, these are all the same except for solid waste. The only difference was that solid waste did not have any section here about cutoffs. Other than that, 1, 2, 3, and 4 will be all the same under these new ordinances. And those are as far as consistent billing dates, payment times, and shut-offs.
So the reason on 4 being that they would have to come out and yank the trash bin or something.
Yes, sir. It just didn't have that in the section, so that was written in there. Other than that, they mixed everything all the same and consistent.
If I may, Travis?
Go ahead.
Yeah, number 4, which was the solid waste ordinance, we are adding a whole new section, which is 361-12, to match the other 3 as far as delinquencies, cutoffs, liens, because the solid waste ordinance did not have a section pertaining to that at all in their ordinance. So that's why we're adding that ordinance. That section, I'm sorry, not ordinance, that section to the ordinance.
But all of the utilities have the same ordinance, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
From now on, if we approve, and this is just approval of publication of the ordinance, there still has to be a public hearing and adoption, which will come if these get approved at council. That will come at the next council meeting. But we're trying to make all of the ordinances consistent so that they all have the same information when it comes to delinquencies, liens, cutoffs.
Billing dates.
I think I understand all that. Now, are we gonna go ahead? Is this gonna go to the finance committee then? Is that?
That's a suggestion.
I am not aware of it going. I know that it went through all the channels that it needed to go through, which were the attorneys as well as the city manager. I don't think it will have an impact, a fiscal impact on the enterprise funds, because the bills will still be due and need to be paid as they are now. It's just the days have been changed.
Yeah, they coordinated with it.
For payments and delinquencies. Yes, sir.
That's fine.
And if you guys read,
Permit.
some of them have 10-day cutoffs, other ones have 15. And they're just not all over the place. So if you look at it now, everything will be brought up to,
That's right.
yes.
That's fine.
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead, Councilor Montoya.
Okay, thank you. So you're saying that this ain't gonna have a fiscal impact as far as funding, but I guess I beg to differ a little bit because
Okay, and I apologize. I was going to ask you for your input as well. Go ahead.
yeah, no. The thing is that right now the ordinances, the ones that are in place, require that no billing shall go unpaid more than 20 days. Otherwise, it requires a shut-off of services.
Correct.
Is that understanding?
Yes. The due date, a minimum of 20 days from billing.
Okay. And right now, I'm gonna share with you that we are in arrears, and I don't know for what reason. We have in $2.3 million that is a balance on a report that I received on utilities, and some of those utilities is from water, reclaimed water, water consumption, building water deposits, water services, water tampering services, standpipe services, all the water, utility, and gas penalties and sewer penalties, sanitation. Some of this $2.3 million is gone beyond 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and 4 months. So
Yes.
in water in itself, you have delinquent in the amount of $97,000 for 1 month. And delinquent in 2 months is $46,000. Delinquents in 3 months is 23,000, and delinquent in 4 months is 244,000. So that brings you to a delinquent notice of $686,000. Now I know that the ordinance reads that if you're a senior or if during winter months you can't shut off people's gas, I believe, or water. But how come? My question is, how come this deficits is there, and why are we allowing? If it's only 20 days, why are we allowing 4 months for residents to go behind on their bills? And then on the residential, you have $1.2 million in deficit behind people that are behind their water bills. On the commercial side, they're a little bit more accurate. People pay more responsibly, but on the residential side, it is a deficit that is getting enlarged, and just history shows that like 18 years ago when I was a councilman, and I hate to refer to that, but when we came in, we had like close to $300,000 deficit of people that had taken off on the city, or landlords that weren't collecting, and people were taking off and opening up hookups somewhere else. And we finally had to hire a company to come in and do the collection system, and we would pay them a 10% fee for everything they collected. And then we got permission for them to for us to scratch off what the balance of it, which was $100 and some thousand that we just unable to collect. The people died or they moved away, they had no forwarding addresses and so forth. But I'm saying, why are we really doing these ordinances if we're not abiding by them, by the due dates? And I don't know who can answer that or not, but that's the concern that I have. And I think that's why I think that it probably should go through the finance committee so that they can review also the fiscal impact that this has, and the lack of enforcing the policy or the ordinance.
Counselor, if I may.
You go ahead.
Chairman, if I may.
Yes, go ahead, Johnny.
Well, let me start off by saying that City Manager Montgomery, I spoke with him about this last week, and he does know. He was working with Maria to get this done, so he does know what's going on. I understand what you're saying about the delinquencies that we have, and then once an account is delinquent, it goes to the next step that it needs to go to, whether that be collections or a lien or whatever it does. I think these are just being done to make them all consistent, because like this first one, which is gas, and then the second one, which is water, gas initially had, if not paid within 45 days from the date of billing, and water was 60 days from the date of billing. So what they were trying to do was just make these all consistent and make them all a minimum of 20 days from the date from billing. So whether it's 60 or 45 or 20 days, people still have to pay their bill. The bill is still due. I don't know why those, if they weren't being enforced, I don't know why they weren't being enforced. That's something that we'd have to look at. Travis would have to look at or talk with customer service about. I'm just trying to give you the best explanation that I can give you.
Okay, thank you, Shani. And I understand what you're all trying to do. Who was the attorney that reviewed these documents, these 4 documents, or these 4?
Let me see. The attachment, it should be on the back. Hold on one second. It's not. Give me one quick second. I don't know. I can't recognize his
Signature.
I want to say it was Scott.
Scott's been gone for a year.
Let me
Oh, unless he's working under another attorney.
No, I believe he is
What's the date? What's the date on that?
4/1/24.
Oh, he might be working under another attorney that we have hired. Then I don't know.
Let me,
But
give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, hold on.
Aaron Scott was our city attorney.
Yes,
Probably,
yeah, and
probably
I believe he's the one who looked at these.
okay.
And let me see, hold on, let me find out real quick. Let me, hold.
If I may, I believe Scott is the one that works with the attorney we have out in Albuquerque.
Correct.
That's what I'm saying. But who's the attorney's firm? Who's the firm?
Is it Ambrosio?
Oh,
No,
yeah,
so
yeah. Oh, we have a contract.
I know that Scott is still contracted, and I believe that is the attorney
Okay.
that these
Sounds
were
good.
sent to.
All righty. Thank you. And thanks for the explanation. We shall proceed. Thank you.
I have a suggestion, I don't know, or a question really, is there any, reason why it couldn't go to the finance committee for review or something, or is that just a delay that isn't? I guess,
I'm sure it could. I think that would be up to council at the meeting tomorrow.
I mean, we could, approve this with the,
Dependent on, yeah, I don't,
the recommendation that it go to finance for review or something, if that's what wants to be done, I don't know.
do you have any suggestions, Counselor?
Well, yeah, I mean, we can make that decision tomorrow if it depends how fiscal impact is, because I don't know if us doing this, are we gonna make? It seems like we're gonna make more money because you're cutting down the short term for gas, for instance, from 60 days to 20 days. So I would say that you'd collect more money in a quicker time. So I think it. We'll leave that judgment up to the mayor and council, and if I need to suggest it, well, I can do that.
But as of right now, can we go with what Mr. Martinez has said?
Yes.
That's basically.
So I think the motion would be for all four of these to, go ahead and be approved, to go to council from here and let council decide where to go from there.
Can we do them, the 1, 2, 3, and 4 all at once?
That's what I think I would just,
They all seem to be the same,
yes,
the same one.
Travis, does that sound good to you?
yes.
Best case, I'll make a motion to approve.
1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yes, sir.
I'll second that motion.
okay, we have a motion by Mike Martinez, a second by Mike Sweeney, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, moving along to number 5, recommendation for approval of addendum number 2 to contract 3904-22 with Sweeney Design and Architecture for architectural and engineering services. And question, where is Sweeney from?
So right now is from Albuquerque. Yes, sir. And right now they're the only architectural services that the city has, professional services.
We've been working before. You have to know clear.
We have asked them for work in the past, we just haven't really worked with them. Like I said, this was just to have architectural services for the city in case we ever, yes, they'll be able to.
Stand by.
Yes, and as far as the request for proposal vehicle, they did meet all the criteria. I was one of the evaluation committee where we requested to approve them. So they did meet the criteria for the evaluation to get them on contract.
And this is an addendum
And-
to
Yes, sir. This
So
is
the second.
yes, sir.
So there will be one more after this, or
Yes, sir. There'll be one more after this. Now, okay, under 4 years from the.
They move the bid also, or how's that?
Anytime we need their services, we will ask for a task order, and that'll be based on their contract. And once we get their task order, it's more like a quote. So we can go ahead and make sure that we do have the funding to utilize their services based on the scope of work we give.
But in a case like this, where you don't have sort of your competitor, are you pretty much not forced to go with it, but yeah.
Technically, just because we have them on contract doesn't mean we have to utilize them. It's just here so that way we don't break procurement or anything like that when we do ask them.
That's the basis.
Yes, sir.
Well, they're not on a salary or a wage or.
No. It's based on task order is based on project to project. And that's coming from the recommendation from if we, their services, that's all we'll do with it.
Go ahead and make a motion that, number 5, recommendation for approval of addendum number 2, to contract 3904-22 with Lena Design and Architecture. 4, architectural and engineering services be approved.
I'll second that motion.
okay, we have a motion by Mike Sweeney, a second by Mike Martinez, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right, we'll move to discussion items, do we have a monthly report or?
Monthly reports were not provided to the committee this time.
I was just gonna, if I may, Chairman, I have not had access to the monthly reports, but I have been meeting with every department and been doing my evaluations to create my own monthly reports. So, that's where I'm at with it right now. Just so you gentlemen are aware, I did not have, I just got here last week, so it's been a process, but I do want to let you guys know that I am working on it.
Sounds good.
And sorry if my voice, I've been trying to get over this cough, but it doesn't seem to want to go away. Sorry about that.
Word, no.
Okay, that'll go along with project status.
I was working on getting my feet wet with, well, I kind of understand the projects that I worked on it before connect to Public Works. So I'm actually going out into the field and I'm getting myself caught back up with the projects and moving them forward. And as of right now, I can entertain any questions if you guys have any, and I'll answer them to the rest of my employees as of right now.
It's either almost across the street over there on Hot Springs.
That's my question. How's that?
So I went this morning to Hot Springs. They were, of course, they're crossing the road to so that way they can do their the line. Unfortunately, right now they came across drainage, storm drainage. Yeah. So right now we're kind of in the middle of that right now. I have called a meeting with the project manager and the contractor. I will be meeting out with them this afternoon. So I will have more details on that, but
Is it dead center or above it or below it? Or?
it's right there, below it, right on the side of it, so. Yeah, as a matter of fact, we're gonna be bringing an engineer on that because it was part of their survey. So like I said, once I get all my information that I need, we'll be able to move forward with it.
What's the slope on that from the same sewers or?
No, actually, as a matter of fact, they were taking their grades earlier when I went by.
So you have to back it up. You gotta go over it,
Yeah,
go back and bring it in. And it will run at a level, but I mean, I'm just asking, I don't know if it's got the code.
yeah,
I know that's 2.25 inches per foot, but I don't know about some things that.
and like I said, when I went out there earlier, they were taking a grade, so. I'll figure that out when I get back out there.
Always something like it.
And unfortunately, I know that I did go through the whole city thing to look for any type of maps related to storm drains, and I haven't found anything. I wish I could have met the guys that installed it. But I mean, as far as that goes, there is no documentation on that.
You have to read off that storm drains.
There is a couple ideas that we might be able to work with, but we'll see when the time comes on that storm drain, because I know there is, I don't know, you guys might have noticed, but there's that storm drain that's called the squish drain, where it's not round, but it's like rectangular, gives you the same flow rate and everything, but it gives you better access to, in case you need to go over it or anything like that. No, that one's different. Yeah, but I know there's different types of storm drains that maybe we might be able to utilize and to be able to cross. Yes, and that is some stuff that we are looking into.
How do you know, not to delay?
I'm trying to just push forward, of course, you know, and there are ideas out there that we can utilize, so hopefully we can cut that time short and move forward. Yes, sir.
And are they gonna tie that, the new main? Are they gonna tie it into the big main right away or something?
I believe that's what we are trying to accomplish. The one that's right there on the other side of the road. Let me get my information and everything. Like I said, I'm catching myself back up to what is planned now, and I will have the information soon.
Okay, any announcements?
I have one.
Okay.
The water treatment plant will be flushing hydrants around town. And this is just part of routine meetings to ensure health and safety to the community. And those, from what I understand, those are the dead ends and stuff like that, regular expressions. We do have a PSA that's gonna be posted on the city website, everything for everybody to know. And as far as, letting the community know, we are also gonna be, letting them know over the radio.
You
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one.
And as of right now, I'm trying, I did get contact from other, department that does the radio. And I'm trying to get all the divisions to go out there and, 10 minutes of what they do and what we're planning to do and how we're moving forward. Just so that way we get the community to trust us again and let them know that we're still here and we're doing what we can for the community.
Good job, sir. That's what I know you can do.
Thank you.
Okay, Councilman Montoya, do you have anything to add?
What was that? I'm sorry.
We're about to wrap up the meeting. Did you have anything to add or say?
Well, I really would like to thank all the employees of the city of Las Vegas, because right now we're still working out of different office spaces, and we have people scattered all over the place, all over the city. We are working towards getting back to City Hall. We have identified the problems. We're working to fix them, and hopefully, soon we'll go back to City Hall. I want to thank Shani for stepping up and bringing us up to date and being on top of the ballpark on utilities. there are some changes, I guess, that are being made right now. As you all know, we have an interim director there, and we don't know, mayor and council don't know if it's going to stay that way or what's going to happen yet, but we'll work with our city manager to stabilize any department in the city. We move forward. We're moving forward with projects. We're moving forward with an RFP for recovery due to the fire for all departments for the city in the whole. Our mayor and our city manager were attending a training workforce in Santa Fe Monday and Tuesday. So we had Cassandra, our city clerk, being in charge today and today. We selected a new chief, so we're moving forward in that department. And Las Vegas is well, and we're gonna survive, and we're moving forward. That's all I can say. We got different projects. We got grants that we gotta utilize. So we're moving forward in our projects, and we're expecting all department heads to be accountable. We have another interim position over at the senior citizens. And I mean, that one will be advertised sometime soon, I would say. We have a finance director vacancy that we will hopefully be filling on Wednesday's meeting. So the city's moving forward. And we thank you for your work, your volunteer work, and for your patience. And we move forward. Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
Councilor.
Anybody else? Mike?
No problem.
Mike. Travis, anything to add?
No, sir.
You said it must expose.
Okay.
More effort. You're
Okay, the next regular meeting will be May 7th, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. We will be adjourning this meeting at
2 o'clock is what I have.
2 o'clock p.m. Adjourn.
Thank you.